Welcome back to another episode of P Pod Cove. I'm your host P, and I'm back with a live stream. I did a live stream for the Kendrick and SZA performance in Toronto, night one. Night two was amazing too. And since Kendrick performed in Toronto, it's been a big talk. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone wants to know, how does Toronto feel about Sir Kendrick Lamar? And a lot of people, for some reason, didn't expect Kendrick to do what he did in Toronto. I'm not sure why is like that, but that's just the way it worked out. So today we're gonna go through some clips. I got some mashup clips of basically a lot of people chiming in on his performance in Toronto from start to finish, basically. I'm gonna wait for couple more people to come in. As you come in, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. Let me know where y'all checking in from. I know I'm a little late today. I had to do some setting up. So let me know where y'all checking in from as y'all enter. But these are going to be some mashup clips for y'all tonight of different people reacting to Kendrick and this Drake situation, because Drake's getting real sassy in Toronto. He's angry that he's getting his ass kicked. So y'all let me know where y'all checking in from, and we're going to get to some of these mashups. But everybody got something to say, right? Let me know where y'all checking in from, and how do y'all feel about Kendrick performing 3 nights in Toronto and basically taking it over. Some people are now suggesting he might be the new sixth god. The new sixth god in Toronto. So how y'all feeling about Kendrick? Anybody out there going to this, where are they, Hershey Park this week? I think they might be in Hershey Park this week. I know a couple of fans said they're going to be going to the Australian show that was just booked for December 10th. So there's some dates coming up before they go on the European tour. If you're planning on attending any of these tour dates coming up, let me know down in the comments where that's going to be. So let's get to the first clip.
Kendrick Lamar became the first rapper in history to sell out multiple nights at the Rogers Center in Toronto.
Going back to back.
Back to back.
I see Toronto ain't motherfucking playing tonight.
For a song that stood the test of like what, a year and a half? Vibration alone, when him just standing there in that Michael Jackson moment, asking you for an encore. Icon. Big as the what?
Big as the what?
K. Dot did that.
I did that. Black out. Act out.
Yeah, I did that.
So he did have some threats. We had top 5 was circling around Nobu looking broke.
He's a bitch.
Worry about your hairline, sir.
Yeah, I call them bottom five. Bottom 5, right? So let's keep these clips going.
Whoever thought that Kendrick wasn't going to be able to perform in Toronto is delusional. I don't know why y'all think Drake is so, like, tapped in with the streets or gangster or something where he can actually stop Kendrick from going somewhere. Like, I don't know why y'all, like, what are we going on in y'all mind? Y'all remember when Drake said, I get more love in the city that you from?
Yep.
They wanted an encore of Kendrick last night in Toronto. Toronto could not get enough. Not a single person rushed the stage. Nobody tried to hurt this man, nothing. And then DJ Academics like, oh, Kendrick seen with a police escort, this, that, and the other. Okay. Okay.
And to be fair, a lot of that's been debunked. He had 5 cars with him. And you know what? Drake got the biggest security of any entertainer out there. He'll roll in with five cops. I mean, 100, maybe 100 cops with him, and Diddy's still gonna slap the shit out of him.
What are we talking about? He playing that shit smart as hell. Why put himself in a position to get into some shit?
I hate in a lot of these videos where people just can't change the goddamn battery in their smoke detector. That shit bothers the hell out of me, man. Beep. You know they finna die if a fire break out.
In another country at that. Because these niggas are mad they lost a rap battle. Kendrick once again tucking a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Drake, please get in the booth, bro. Fight back, Drake. Drake, please fight back. This nigga got an encore in your city dissing you, nigga. Drake, drop something. Drake, please. Do something, Drake. Fight back. Then you got top 5 goofy ass. Where's Kendrick? Kendrick, come outside. They got all the doors locked. Kendrick. This nigga balling and stressed out because this nigga dropped Not Like Us a year ago. That nigga has lost hair since this nigga tried to involve himself in Kendrick and Drake rap beef. This nigga top 5 is fucking crazy. This nigga shifted his hat to the side screaming, oh shit. That nigga balding. That nigga is losing hair over Kendrick, bro. This nigga top 5 is lame as fuck. And y'all thought this nigga top 5 was gonna stop Kendrick from performing Not Like Us in Toronto? A joke.
At some point, I don't think any real Kendrick fans thought that they were even a threat.
Everybody in Drake's camp hates him. Like, does he have any real friends around? Between that super weak single that he dropped, like, I literally didn't even find out about it until days later. And there was like a lot of music in my algorithm. So that was just crazy to me. And then why? Like, why? Why did you drop that? Then you're harassing Canadian politicians who went to the Kendrick Lamar show after 12 a.m. at night. Like, this is what's keeping you up. You need to get some rest. Why are you losing sleep over this? Iceman is what you want to name your album when Ice is literally out here harassing people daily? Like, please read the room.
Listen, Drake is taking hits from every direction because he's culturally not connected, so he can't read the room. He definitely can't read the room, man. He's out here attacking politicians, and you know he finna drop another lawsuit, y'all. You know he finna drop another lawsuit.
The Jagmeet Singh thing has so many confusing layers. So 8 years ago, Jagmeet Singh was posting Drake songs on his story, which is obligatory for every brown guy. Drake never replies, which makes sense, and then follows Jagmeet once, I guess, his career takes off. Jagmeet thanks him in 2020. No contact for 5 years. Then Jagmeet goes to a SZA and Kendrick concert in Toronto, and Drake finally messages him calling him a goof. And then posts the interaction on his story on Instagram. And then Jagmeet saying he went there for SZA, not Kendrick, and it's always Drake over Kendrick. Canadians, what?
So how do you feel about that? And I know today I think he apologized for going to the concert, say he went to see SZA. That was his excuse. I'm not sure if Drake has something against this guy. Maybe he donated to his campaign or something. But it's pretty sad. It's pretty very, very sad the way Drake is going out. It's very sad.
I mean, no one knows I'm here. That's also another thing. So I didn't broadcast it. I'm just here for...
These are some of the fans, some of the supposedly Drake fans that just went to the concert because it was interesting to go to.
Good concert.
I'm a Drake fan, but came to see how it is. It's a little awkward to be here, but it's summertime. Wanted to be outside.
But I'm really just here for SZA. Love her.
But I'm not here to support Kendrick. I got dragged here.
See, I'm not okay with that right there. That's one of the reasons why I went to the concert by myself. You know, I wasn't going to get in the point where I'm bringing somebody to me just to be dragging them along. No, no, no. I'm going by myself, get the best ticket I could get, and have a good goddamn time. That's what my motives were. Anybody out there going to the GNX Tour coming up who hasn't been to it, if you've been to it already, let me know what that was like. Let me know what that experience was like. I went to the one in Foxborough, and I had an awesome time, and I'm definitely looking for another entry point. Haven't been able to get it yet. So I'm going to keep bringing you all these, you know, different mashups, man. And this is pretty much what they're out here talking about. Ever since Kendrick has his 2 historical performances in Toronto at the Rogers Center, I think that's what it's called. You know, the people in Toronto sold out both nights, and they came through and they showed a lot of love to the Cali native. And it's, for some reason, a lot of people out there want to put the U.S. against Canada, but that was never anyone's intention. Basically, it was something that was spun by Akadidi and Maul, who wants to believe that Not Like Us is a song that's against Canada, but that's far from the truth. Far from the truth. Not Like Us has become an anthem. It's an anthem. You're not like us. You don't play like us, act like us, look like us. Let's keep it going with these mashups.
Kendrick Lamar might just be the closest thing to Michael Jackson. Hear me out. This moment at the Super Bowl where Michael Jackson just stood there for like a good 5 minutes, had everybody pass out, dying, screaming. Guess who pulled up to Toronto and did the same exact thing? Was it Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick motherfucking Lamar. And not only did Kendrick pop out the concert like MJ, he also became the first rapper to sell out multiple shows at the Rogers Center. Drake ain't even do that. Facts. Y'all remember when this guy, I'm not even gonna say his name to give him clout. Y'all remember when he said Kendrick couldn't do that? Come on! Mind you, Toronto loves Kendrick.
That's the Hot Pocket, if y'all don't know.
So much. They asked for an encore when he played Not Like Us. Did I mention that Not Like Us is the diss track about Drake and this is in Toronto and that's Drake's hometown? Following up from the show, this man Kendrick had people at the New Ho King restaurant crip walking in that bit. Talking about some.
I know a lot of people after we streamed the Toronto first night said they were going to New Ho King for dinner. Let me know if you made it to New Ho King and what that experience was like. What's the food like in there? Is it good? Did you get that, was it the fried rice and the dip sauce and the blammy? If you've tried that, let me know down in the comments. Because when I go to Toronto, that's the first place I'm going to try to get to.
Hey, they not like us. They not like us. The funniest part about this entire thing is that a whole bunch of Drake fans decided we're gonna do an OVO takeover. Ooh. So the goal was to meet outside the stadium and just wear like a whole bunch of Drake merch and pretty much support Drake outside Kendrick concert. Not only did I get shut down by the police, rightfully so, the person who orchestrated the whole ordeal is in the whole 11K and is now giving out free OVO t-shirts and hoodies because nobody trying to buy them shits. Find y'all, I'm not a Drake fan or a Kendrick fan. I'm a fan of music, so I enjoy this type of stuff. And if you do too, don't forget to follow and drop a comment down below.
And that's what a lot of people forget to think about when Dot decided to go to Toronto. There's a lot of real hip-hop heads out there that just want to listen to hip-hop, rap. And that's what Kendrick is. There's people that may not like Kendrick, but they support hip-hop. And that's what this show is, man. It's nothing but hip-hop. GNX Tour is nothing but hip-hop. And I know it is spin off of a beef, you know, a rap beef, but when you look at it, it has nothing to do with the other. It has nothing to do with the other. Just go out and enjoy the show, you know.
Toronto different now because of Kendrick?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like you just feel death in the air.
Yeah, like, there's definitely a different vibe now. I feel because like
the
before
public transport went down. The grid is off.
Yeah, it's been.
It was like people called in sick to work.
Like morning. There's just like we're in candlelight now. There's no electricity anymore. It's a water war going on. But I honestly feel like there is a little bit of like Drake has always kind of been like a cornball. I feel, but like before, like he was like he's Toronto. That's our guy.
Yeah.
Right? After Kendrick, it's like
this is how Toronto people feel about Kendrick. About Drake, you know, and I know Akadidi and these guys try to spin that narrative to make it seem like Kendrick can't perform in Toronto. He can't sell out what was the name of the place? The center there, whatever it is. But here he is selling out stadiums instead. And they try to paint that narrative for you, but at the end of the day, you can't fake influence at all.
I have a question. Is Kendrick Lamar the new Six God? Is Kendrick Lamar the new king of?
That's a question we gotta ask ourselves. Is he the new Sixth God?
Toronto. So the man goes to Toronto, sells it out at a stadium where Drake has never done. The people of Toronto, Canada wanted an encore of Not Like Us, a Drake diss record. One word. Diabolical. You know what that means.
And the thing about night 2 was even longer. I think night 2 was like 4 minutes. And he could have did 5 if he wanted to. But hey, why not be diabolical? He's the one that got dragged into this, and he gonna run with it too. Didn't Drake drag Meek for like 3 years? Something like that. We only a year in, bro. And with this lawsuit, it's only gonna get worse.
It means, for one, fans are fickle. And two, the people of Canada, do they secretly not like Drake? I can tell you this. If that ever happened to me in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama, I got paperwork on all y'all. This is the most massive L that we've seen in hip-hop history. After all the work Drake has done to put the city of Toronto on, mainstream-wise, for y'all to repay him like this is real messed up. And nobody can tell me Drake isn't bothered by this. He's 1,000% bothered by this because I'm bothered by this. I'm not even from Canada.
That's crazy. I think Drake should definitely take Akadiddy's advice, and he should have pulled up to his funeral at one of those shows. If he came to one of those shows, I think his people would start thinking about him a little different. But we know he ain't like that, man. He's a cornball. And a lot of people are turning on him who have already, but I just don't understand why people just didn't believe people was going to show up to Kendrick's show. Like, some people had the narrative that the people that showed up were going to be there to boo him. Man, that's dedication. If you're going to spend $200, $300 on me to show up and boo me, hey, all out to you. All out to you.
For Not Like Us. So last night, the city of Toronto was just put on Drake's op list. After Kendrick's performance, he might sue Canada. Drake now stands.
Now, I know this is all funny, but what about if he sues the Rogers Center? There's a possibility that could happen. With all these clips and everything coming out showing the performance at the center, I could see that ending up in the lawsuit. I think, didn't he just had an update with UMG? I got to check on that. They have some updates coming up soon. And I could see him adding this to the lawsuit. I think it's definitely coming. Definitely coming. That's why that, what was it? The law guy there who apologized. I think that's what that was about, because he know Drake can get petty, and he bully people that he knows he can control. And it seemed like that's what that is. He might have some Diddy dirt on him. Who knows?
Stands for Don't Rap Against Kendrick Ever. There's still people out there saying that Drake didn't lose. Meanwhile, the other people are at New Hope.
Is anybody on here right now who think Drake won this beef? Let me know in the comments.
King eating fried rice with dipping sauce in a Blammy Crody. Sorry. That entire arena wanted an encore for Not Like Us. He should have ran it back 6 times, if you ask me. Now, for all the Drake fans who did pull up to the Kendrick concert, you were awarded some free pizza and a OVO hoodie for your support.
This is like a failed mission. Like, it goes to show you how many trolls are out there creating a lot of the narratives that we kind of hear, and for this to be an event and only a couple of people showed up shows you that is only a few spinning the narratives out there about this whole, oh, we want to shut down Kendrick's show and do that. It's a few people pushing that, but there's nobody out here actually on the ground doing it. It's all BS.
To the Kendrick concert, you were awarded some free pizza and a OVO hoodie for your support. 3 people showed up. Notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm what the culture is feeling. It's what your country is feeling too, Drake. I think someone needs to check on academics as well. So what do you guys think? Did Drake do this to himself? Should Kendrick stop? Or should we just let this go on for as long as it possibly can?
Come on. I mean, like I said, Drake dragged Meek, I want to say, for at least 3 years after that situation ended. So why should Kendrick stop? No. I was in the house minding my business, and you guys were the ones want me to come outside and play. So here I am now. Let's do it.
Kendrick Lamar. Sometimes say Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Kendrick. Bow. Oh, you're rocking already. If Kendrick pulled up to Gin and Finch right now, what you guys say to him? We're gonna smoke him. Get him stripped and raw pop everything else on him. Take his britches. Take his pants off him. Take his shoes. No Diddy. No Diddy, but he's gonna get dealt with. I'm not gonna lie to you. He just might catch a head top.
Now, this is a YouTube video by Brandon Buckingham, and I want to start this video by saying I hate this guy and this type of content. I hate it with a passion. Now, I just posted the other day on my other account the top 5 situation where top 5 was on DJ Academic stream, and
I kind of wanted to get into top 5 situation a little too, because he's been a clown running around spreading narratives. And well, we all know he's on Drake's payroll. He's got to be on Drake's payroll, right? He's got to be. Because the way he's running around incriminating himself doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I wanted to switch that video there.
Every phone in the stadium fucking lit up. That shit looks crazy. Look at that shit. It said one more time for They Not Like Us. Will Kendrick do it?
This is basically how much Toronto hates Kendrick. That's how much they hate Kendrick, that they're cheering so much. That these bots, they hate him so much. Let me know how y'all feel about these mashups. I'm going to keep bringing them to y'all because y'all love them and y'all been checking them out. These just situations that's going on within this concert. You know, we all looked at Toronto as a major city, and I thought it went great for the show. The show went down amazing with no hiccups. I was happy that there was no violence, nothing that happened to tarnish this tour in any way. You know, I know a lot of people on the other side would have wished for that, but I'm very happy that that didn't happen. Very, very happy.
Doing some nasty work right now. Coming off the Super Bowl, coming off an amazing run of just going at Drake, man. Kendrick's like, you know what? I'm going to go to Toronto. That's what I'm going to do. Kendrick, boy, this boy does not let down. He just keeps pressing the fucking gas pedal. He says, I'm going to Toronto. And I'm coming with police escort because ain't nobody running up on me. Fuck all that. And you know, this shit is working. And yeah, they're letting him in. And I don't know.
The crazy thing about that, they make it such a big deal that Kendrick had a police escort. I mean, you got to look at it. This is not the U.S. This is Canada, first of all. So Canada wants to make sure they protect the investment they made for this man to come in and perform a show in their country. And they're not trying to get any like that type of incident, things happening. And on any celebrity, even Drake, when he shows up, he got a massive security detail. So it's not unheard of for a celebrity to have. And, you know, to be fair, that video we saw, how do we know that's even Kendrick? Because the other side has been pushing so much false narratives on Academy pages and things like that. That's just pushing a lot of propaganda that half the stuff is made up. Half the stuff is really made up. You can't believe anything.
They running up on me. Fuck all that. And you know, this shit is working. And yeah, they're letting him in. And I don't know. The tides might be turning, man. People might not be fucking with Drake anymore. I don't know. But I haven't heard from Drake in a while. Have you all heard from Drake? I haven't heard from Drake in a while. I don't know. Maybe he's planning something. Maybe he's in the lab. Maybe he's changing his image. Maybe he left for good. But the last time, I think Rick Ross, right, went to Toronto, right? Rick Ross and his crew, they went to Toronto and they were playing They Ain't Like Us, They Ain't Like Us, and their big fight ensued and shit. But Kendrick doesn't do anything without planning. He's very strategic. You never fuck with little dudes. Never fuck with little dudes. Little dudes are always going to plan because little dudes have to be strategic. Little dudes be sitting there like this. I got to find another way to get somewhere. I'm going to get this motherfucker watch. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Kendrick, and I'm a Kendrick fan. So, you know what I mean? I'm team Kendrick Lamar. So, yo, basically that motherfucker went to Toronto and said, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. Y'all give me your opinion, man, because I think he's like, this is some crazy ass work. And yo, Kendrick's ready for the smoke, man.
Why not? Why not be ready for the smoke? Why not be ready for the smoke? Because he done paid his dues. He did everything he's supposed to do, you know. A lot of people out there think Kendrick is some new artist that's just coming off of a underground circuit or something. Kendrick been around just as long as Drake has. They just have two different paths, and now it seemed like it clashed up and it came together, and one just got stomped out in front of us and is pouting and crying like a little baby in court. I'm sorry, bro, but you need to pick the pacifier up and put it in your mouth, I guess. Hey, where y'all checking in from? I know I got a couple people here watching. Let me know where you checking in from in the world. I got people from Jamaica. I got South Africa. I got Canada, US. Let me know how y'all feel about Kendrick performing in Toronto. And if you got an opportunity to visit New Ho King. I don't normally do a lot of live streams, but I wanted to get one done tonight. And got a Clips just dropped. The new Clips album came out. Okay. Is that here already? I can't stream that in here. They're gonna definitely hit that with a copyright. Y'all want me to react to that Clips album? I know that junk's gonna be fire. Damn, I'm definitely gonna have to listen to said check Funk Flex. I'm definitely gonna pull that up, but I'm not gonna stream that in here though. Because I know on that album we got that Kendrick. I'm gonna definitely do. I may just do a reaction to that. I know Kendrick and he's supposed to be on that album, and that supposedly song that got clips dropped from Def Jam or bought out, however you look at it. But that album's supposed to be fire. Let's see. I know, right? We got Susan. She says, I can, and he's extending dates. From what they're saying, the album's supposed to be good. I mean, I'm hoping so too. I hope it's not a letdown. I hope it's not a letdown. I'm definitely want to hear the song that got them dropped from the label, because this must be some spooky, scary verse from Kendrick that we've never heard before. Anybody attending the last 2 shows in North America? Now I'm hoping that on the back end they come back and add shows. Like I could see them added another show in Toronto, maybe hitting Florida, a couple of these states where they haven't went to yet. But I know they're extending. They just added Australia. And I know a couple of people said they just picked up tickets to the show on the 10th in the last video I posted. So, hey, get y'all tickets if you come in y'all city. Don't forget SZA too. She do her thing. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, it doesn't matter where you sit. You will not be disappointed. It don't matter if you're in the nosebleeds or up front. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. What's that? Yeah, man. Yeah, they've been. You know what? They've been working, doing their thing. They working hard too. Like when you go to the show, you're gonna see it. I'm wondering how long they're gonna extend this tour, because right now it's into December, and that's Australia. So they're gonna have to add New Zealand, because these are 2 of the cities that Drake basically turned his back on. For sure. All right, so nobody really think that Drake won this goddamn beef. I mean, there's still a lot of people out there who say, "Oh, Drake won," but this dude in court, like, who wins and is going to court fighting? Where in the West you from, Miller? And it's like, yo, the thing is that y'all got to understand the thing about Kendrick Lamar. I know he's a West Coast artist, but Kendrick is the closest thing that we still have to hip hop. And that's why he's resonated so well with everyone, because the real hip hop heads know when you hear it, and it's just like the cartoon show, The Avatar. They got water benders, they got the fire benders, but the Avatar comes out of one of these different realms. And it just so happened that this Avatar came out the West Coast. And I think that's who's running hip hop and rap right now. So I'm curious to see what these other guys are going to drop, because we haven't seen anybody drop anything that's really, really worth listening to, other than Tyler the Creator and Doechii. They drop things that we like. But other than that, we just saw Wayne drop a little throw up. I don't even know what that was. Did anybody hear that Wayne album? What was that about? What was that about? That Wayne album was like, Such a letdown. It was such a letdown. Now, a few of these songs on there, like the one with Bono and stuff like that, those are songs that he could have put on another album. He could have put that stuff on another album. But you could see it's like to be honest, right? If Kendrick didn't step on Drake the way he did, would have the Party album sound a little different? Would have this Wayne album sound a little different? Because all of a sudden now people care about production and bars and the way it's laid out, you know. And a lot of people say, "Oh, well, this Wayne album it could be mixed better, or if he had the better." He's a goddamn GOAT. He's supposed to have access to the best of everything. He's not no new guy coming in the game. So either cats don't want to work with him no more, or they just know he washed. You know, everybody got their own perception of what Wayne is. You know, I've never been a huge Wayne fan, but I thought he was decent. And I know a lot of people around me that really, really liked him. But when you hear about some of the stuff he's talking about, it gets old. It gets old. Yeah, I'm sure it gets old after a while. You know, the same old drugs and sex and guns and no story, no nothing about it. You know. Yeah, you know what? These celebrities live a different life, Judith. A lot of them, they enjoy being on the road. Sometimes their families travel with them. Because if you kind of looked at the way this North American tour went, they did a little zigzagging, you know. They got houses on different coasts. Kendrick lives in New York as well as LA. I'm not sure where else they have homes around the world between him and SZA, but they move different when they celebrities, you know, because at the end of the day, think about the bag they finna secure on this tour. They ain't gonna have Kendrick, I'm not gonna say he won't be bigger next year, but what he's doing now is probably one of the biggest peak in his career that it's ever gonna be. I don't think it's ever gonna be as high as it is right now. Coming off the beef, coming off the Super Bowl, and a lot of people are discovering Kendrick for the first time, you know, and he's basically turning rap into pop music. That's what's going on right now. And I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to do it or not, because all of a sudden now it's cool for real rap. I'm not talking about that old pacifier stuff we've been hearing for the last 15 years when certain person was on top. You know, that got stepped on fast. That auto tune, yuck. Yuck. Wayne auto tune, yuck. And it's like Wayne, they gave Drake a little better auto tune than Wayne. You know, I thought Jay sung about that auto tune back in the day, but he didn't kill it. He didn't kill it. Yeah. It is Pac's birthday. Isn't Kendrick's the 17th? I think both of them. Happy birthday to them, man. Yeah, Pac was special. Pac was special, coming out of Digital Underground and everything back in the day. And Pac was born in New York. He was born in Manhattan. A lot of people probably don't know that, you know, because he was so heavy on the West. But Pac was born in New York. He was definitely born in New York. Man, there's one thing I do regret. I regret I didn't buy more merch. You know, there's a couple other things I want to look at, but I think I'm gonna get another opportunity at some point. Anybody out there still going and got any shows coming up they about to attend to? The GNX. We have Hershey Park coming up. Let me see. I got a few more clips in here. Yeah, that is true. I did look at the those tickets at Hershey Park. They were expensive. They were expensive. Now, if I didn't go to another show, I would have probably spent anything. I wanted to make sure at least saw this show one time. I know I got some people in the comments who've been to 3 and 4 shows. They're like professionals now when it comes to this tour. Professionals. Or the merch. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the show. The merch for me, I didn't think it was too bad because the material was very good. I got the hoodie. Yeah, I think what was it? 150? I can't even remember what I paid now, but it's really good quality. The night when I got it too, it was high 50s. I want to say like 58, 57. It was pretty cool. And that hoodie kept me warm. It kept me warm. I think the material is well worth it. And then the t-shirt was what, 55? Something like that. So Hershey was tonight. Okay. I'll be off in the week, so I'll be streaming a couple of the next shows coming up if I get the opportunity. 120 was for the hoodie. Yeah, I like the hoodie. I think the hoodie is pretty cool. The material is really nice. My nights off, I'll try and stream. If I could get a couple of links, I'll stream the next show coming up. I should be off. But I get a lot of fun doing this, man. That tour is so awesome. I could watch it it seemed like it doesn't get old. It just aged like fine wine. Hey, be careful if you do decide to get the merch online. There were a few people that said that they bought merch and they basically got scammed. I'm not sure how it happened, but just make sure you tapping into the right make sure it's connected to the right people when you're going online to buy things. There was some knockoff stuff that they got sent. So I bought my stuff at the show, so I can't speak on it, but I'm just going by what some of the fans said in the comments. But they do have nice merch. I got it upstairs. I don't even have it here, but the hoodie and the t-shirt, I made sure I got that. I haven't worn a t-shirt. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to wear it. I may just put it up on the wall somewhere, frame it. Maybe I run into Dot one day and get him to sign it for me. I definitely want to get him to sign the GNX vinyl. That'll be cool. That'll definitely be cool. Let's see. Let me see if I got any more clips in here. Hold up.
I heard a whole bunch.
It's one of these Glazers, OVOs.
Kendrick is the new sixth god of the six, which is a bunch of malarkey, a bunch of jargon.
Hold up, you said there's a licensed site, but there are a ton of knockoffs too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to make sure y'all find the right one. If you can post it down there in the chat, so people can go to it if you know what the real link is. But yeah, y'all be careful because there's a lot of people out here scamming people, trying to make money on. They don't care. They don't care who you are or what you have. They're gonna try and take it. That's just how it works. So y'all be careful when y'all going to buy anything online. That's a plus.
He do one show, well, 2 shows in Canada, and y'all trying to call him the sixth god, and he ain't put no work in. What's up with all this? Kendrick Lamar got a 3-minute standing ovation. A 3-minute standing ovation in Toronto. I looked at the video. I've seen the video. Do y'all know what the definition of standing ovation is? Look up the definition. Look up the definition of standing ovation. And come back to me after you watch the video.
Can you hear the hurt in his voice? You can hear the hurt in his voice. And it's like, you know, it hurts so much to hate sometimes. Like, it's so much easier to laugh and smile and hug. Like, you could hear it. Like, bro, just give it up.
And see, is that a standing ovation?
That's
From what
definitely
I've seen in
L.
the video, I've seen a lot of crowd noise. Standing ovation requires people to stand up and clapping their hands.
I mean, to be fair, everybody was already standing. I don't think everybody was sitting down in there. Let me know if I'm wrong.
A long period of time for the one person. That video, I didn't see that. I seen a lot of stadium noise. I didn't hear no clapping. So you got all these Kendrick fans and all these K-bots going around hyping up some baloney. Y'all just hyping up something, trying to give yourself something to talk about. If y'all want to have better proof, if Kendrick really did get a standing ovation in Toronto for 3 minutes or more, you need to have some of them K-bots that was in the crowd use their cell phones. They need to show cell phone footage of people in the crowd clapping. That's what they got to show.
Dude's a clown, right? Sometimes I got to show what's going on the other side, the delusion. You know, it's like we ain't out here trying to do this with Drake. We don't care. we don't care. You know, it's like the delusion is just crazy. Like they just want to get some clicks, get some views, so they're out there pushing whatever they. We don't care. It's like when you're having a good day and somebody just come by just to ruin it. You know, the devil. They show up with one purpose. I'm gonna ruin his day. I'm good, bro. I am good. This is basically after the second show. They out here freestyling to Not Like Us, dancing, having a good time. This is what this song was meant to do. Have a good time. That's what this song was meant to do, is to have a good time. Everybody there having a blast. It wasn't meant to be against Canada or any city like that. No matter what Akadidi or these guys try to push, Not Like Us was made for everyone to have a good time. That last guy, who knows why he was so upset, you know. And that's what I'm trying to say. Why are they so upset that Kendrick is winning right now? Like, he never once blamed anybody for anything. He was minding his own business, you know, and all he heard was drop, 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 drop. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. 5 + 5 + 5 + 5. You know, it's funny. I saw this today and I thought the same thing too. 616 in LA today as well. Yeah, that was Pac's birthday, and if you think about it, yesterday was Father's Day, so last year, I think it was on Father's Day. So yeah, Juneteenth, everything's this week. It's like a whole pop out rehearsal again. And one thing I was looking at today with Kendrick and SZA extending the tour until December, there's a possibility that this tour is going to go into 2026. And if this goes into 2026, Not Like Us is still alive and strong and kicking. And I'm assuming New Zealand, they're going to be adding New Zealand and these other places. But yeah, it's been a year. Now, did anybody out there think that we would be where we at now with this battle from where we were a year ago? Like, did y'all think that we would end up here? Drake's in court, Kendrick is doing stadium tours, the Super Bowl, because nobody could say they actually saw this coming. We all knew how talented Kendrick was, but the way Kung Fu Kenny came out, like just spazzing on people and just changing everything about hip hop, he stepped on so many artists' album right now that they don't even know what to do. He killed the party. Welcome to the show, Rebecca. Yeah, they out here, man. It's frustrating to some people that somebody is doing good. I never worry about what's going on in another man's house. That's never something that's going to bother me. Never. Yeah. Well, I don't say it's beating a dead horse because just like I said before, Drake dragged Meek Mills for 3 years after back to back. He went to Philly and sang that while he played all that stuff on the Jumbotron. So if you think about it, this is going to be going on till both of them go. I don't see them ever being friends again. I don't see any of that ever coming where they're going to be friends and patch it up like Jay-Z and Nas did. Nah, not this time. You put my family in jeopardy. He said it. Ain't no piecing it up. That shit don't sit well with me. All that Bitcoin and everything, you try to get dirt on me, man. If that junk got into a crash dummy, it could burden and hurt the people that love me. So I don't see them ever patching that up any way you look at it. But he's going to be worse than Ja Rule. Ja Rule's looking at it and was like, oh, you got Drake. Whoever thought it, man? Whoever thought that it could be worse than what happened to Ja Rule when it comes to a hip hop battle? And even Cole could never battle ever again. I don't think he can ever battle anybody again. Both of them got neutralized. One got neutralized for not talking, and the other got neutralized for opening his mouth. Yeah, Drake's weird behavior, Now, I don't think you could be surprised by that weird behavior because Aubrey's always done some Aubrey shit. He does some corny shit that some people laugh, and that's just Arbs. I did not see this lawsuit thing coming in the way he's. Like I said, I think he's going to add this Rogers Center. I won't be surprised if they get added to the lawsuit. I definitely won't be surprised because he did the Super Bowl the same way, and I could see him doing this. Well, how weird are we talking? You know, because that Hollywood life that is different than the lives we have. You know, we always know Drake's been doing a lot of messed up stuff. Even that stuff that happened in Holiday Hills, is in the hills up there, wherever it is, the one that Vlad was talking about. And supposedly that's where Meet the Grams and a lot of this song was resonated from. It wasn't actually the embassy in Canada. It was from the place he lived out there in Calabasas out that way, where there's possibility of lurking, well, allegedly, there could be lawsuits and things like that coming out of there because of wild parties and things like that they used to have back in the day. You know, that's another thing too. A lot of these fans out here are saying that, especially Hot Pocket Mall and people like that, talking about Drake selling out places, but Drake's on the decline. I'm not saying he may need to team up with somebody. You know, he really needs to team up with somebody. Just, you know, Kendrick got SZA. No matter what you say, I mean, I'm not saying Kendrick couldn't sell out every show, but having SZA helped a lot. Helped a lot. And Drake's getting knocked off that pedestal he was on, that now he gonna need a feature. But now Kendrick killed his features, you know? Kendrick killed his features. It's rumor here in Canada as well. He's been I'm not gonna get into that stuff. You know, I'm gonna leave that to the Diddy files, the essays, stuff like that, you know. You know, it's all alleged too. It's all alleged. Well, the thing when it comes to the Hovio is we don't really know what is truth and what is not. It's all alleged right now. You know, we keep it on wax. We talk about it, but we definitely know some weird things are going on for sure. We definitely know. Let's see. No, it shouldn't be anything beyond the beef at all. The fact like people like this top five running around trying to spin the narratives that everyone's against Toronto from the US when it comes to this battle. And that's far from the truth, because Toronto just proved that shit ain't got nothing to do with none of us. We just want to hear hip hop. And I think that's what hip hop won. Well, Rebecca, maybe you need to start doing some investigations. You call them bottom five or mid five. Mid five is fake as hell, right? You know, anybody that get out there and talk, you know, they're all bark and no bite. You know, he does a lot of talking. He does a lot of talking. Hey, let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. But when it comes to a couple of those different like top five or bottom five and Akadidi, and you know, they come with a stigma about them, you know, and sometimes you just got to be careful with things you say with them. I ain't gonna be like him trying to incriminate myself like these West Coast niggas trying to incriminate themselves on podcasts and shit. Top 5's a clown. He's definitely a clown, and Drake should stay his ass away from them. Oh yeah, you definitely got to keep it personal. Definitely. I gotta get a big. I'm working on getting a bigger computer screen so I could read these chats a little better. Ooh, that's a lot in there. Some people say they saw it coming. Yeah, you could say that. I saw certain things coming. I definitely know Drake didn't have a shot to beat Kendrick even before the battle started. I know if Kendrick ever got engaged in a battle, there's no way that Drake was going to be able to keep up, because we all know for at least the last 10 years that Drake didn't write his information. So if you got somebody that's waiting for things to come in, there's no way he can process it that fast. The one thing I can say about Drake is he can cook up, give him the ingredients, he'll cook up a song. But he can't get the ingredients without going out in the garden and growing it. Now Kendrick got a garden in his back of his house. He got the pen, everything, all the ingredients, whatever he needs. He goes in the house and cook up whatever he needs. Drake's sitting down there waiting for DoorDash to show up. Yo, I need 2 beats. Gotta wait for DoorDash. I need a verse. Gotta wait for DoorDash. Oh, y'all don't kill me. Some Hovio's gonna come in here and basically they always come and give me at least 1 or 2 dislikes because they hate that I'm saying something wrong about what is right. Yeah, Toronto definitely did their thing. You know, I know a lot of people, even a couple celebrities that went to the LA show as well, said Toronto was even louder. And that's what I felt like. A couple of people said their city was loud. I got to put up a community tab because the vote on it. It was between, I would say, LA, Seattle, you know, St. Louis feel like they want to throw their hat in there. They've been saying, you know, we deserve to be in there. We deserve to be in there. No, I didn't. I don't have any footage from tonight. I'll probably drop that one tomorrow. Yeah, I got busy when I came home. The clips that I'm releasing today, the ones I just showed tonight in the stream, I was actually supposed to do yesterday, but it was Father's Day and my kids had something set up for me. So when I came home, I didn't end up coming on. I ended up just spending time with them. So tomorrow I'm gonna put up the Hershey stuff. That sounds a little weird, right? Pause. But the stuff from Hershey Park, I'm gonna try to get that one up. I'll probably just do a mashup for y'all. But I wanted to come on and try out some of these lives with the mashup, see how it works. Some of the music stuff, I may have to pause on it from the live stream because of copyright. You know, when I'm editing, you're able to work around things a little better. But I'm definitely gonna have that coming sometime tomorrow. Listen, these shows, you know, I don't even get tired doing them, you know, even if it's the same show, because every city there's a little something that's different. And it's crazy to think that we haven't had anybody join the tour, even in Toronto. You know, I thought that was definitely going to have some features in there, especially Absol, you know, because Absol got his show canceled in Canada by Drake, and it could have been a possibility. But, you know, either way, you're still getting an amazing show. Amazing show. Still have an amazing show. I gotta look. I didn't even see any footage from tonight yet. I gotta check some of those out before I go to bed. Yeah, it's I've been on for like an hour now, so I'm probably about to get off soon. It's midnight here on the East Coast. What coast y'all checking in from? Let me know where y'all checking in from before we head out. We got Susan in the chat, Rebecca in the chat. Who else in here? I know we got at least 20-something people, 30, 35 people in the chat, in the link. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Ooh, we got Ontario, Canada. Appreciate you, Rebecca. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You know, hopefully y'all still got your dad with y'all. I'm appreciative to still have mine with me. And hey, just thank Dad for not pulling out. That's it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so anybody trying to get to another show? Anybody going to Europe or Australia? Because I'm crazy enough to do it. I'm crazy enough to do it. Who else we got in here? Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, we got Philly. Judith. East Coast, Philly. Big up to the East Coast. Big up to the East Coast. So I'm gonna end it there, guys. So I appreciate y'all coming through, checking me out on the live stream. I'm gonna start doing these a lot more. Let me know how y'all like these mashups. You know, it's a little bit different live from editing. Where you trying to hit in Europe? I mean, that would be nice if you could get to it. They make a nice little vacation out of it. Definitely. You going alone or you taking somebody? Because this sounds like a solo mission, right? Where you just pack your bag, you get your one little carry-on, and you get the heck up out of there. You get the hell up out of there. You don't wait for nobody. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care how much money you got. I don't give a nut. I'm going because I'm not bringing no goddamn person. I don't really want to be there. Definitely not. Definitely not. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all soon, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Get that one up there. Good night, y'all. Peace.